we can live on the moon. Is it possible to build a city on its surface? NASA and Roscosmos have recently announced about their joint cooperation in building a new space station orbiting the moon. NASA has been working with its partners to build a new space station, and everyone is now happy because Russia, on October 19th, 2017, the Russian space agency Roscosmos engaged in the matter. Scientists were reviewing some information from the Japanese political satellite catalogs, which was established on the moon's surface in 2009, and data revealed a hole 50 meters deep in a formation called Marius Hills. After several studies using radio waves, it is believed that this opening is actually a volcanic tube formed over 3.5 billion years ago. The length of this tube is 50 kilometers or 30 miles. It is likely to hold great value for explorers interested in participating in the construction of a more advanced city on the moon's surface. Since the moon has only traces of an atmosphere, it lacks any protection against radiation or space particles. A volcanic tube inside the moon can protect inhabitants from those risks. Volcanic pipes form when molten rocks flow through the tube, forming a circular tunnel. And when the flow of volcanic ash stops, the pipes dry, leaving a flat floor and a strong arched ceiling. That type of a pipe is not found on Earth's surface, but on the moon's surface. Their size is much larger, reaching approximately 1 kilometer in length and diameter. So, when taking these dimensions into account, it can easily accommodate any of the big cities on Earth with all their massive buildings. Scientists, researchers, digging teams, and citizens will be safe from the existing space risks there for several years. Many stories have circulated about building a dome on a volcanic crater known as Shackleton. The area of that crater is 40 kilometers or 25 miles. Its length or height can reach up to 1,500 meters. The closed surface will provide a spacious living area for an unlimited number of people. The glass ceiling made of lunar silicon club will be reinforced with titanium and aluminum strips. It would be so thin that you might think it doesn't exist if you looked at it from the inside, even if it's several meters thick. If several layers are placed on top of each other to control thermal expansion or division, it will also appear transparent. And if a meteor collides with the dome, it can release from 1 to 4 layers of it, based on the largest predictable meteorite, and whether the impact is in 1 or 4 of the spherical-shaped titanium aluminum plates. When air leaks, it will be slow, because when you have 40 cubic kilometers of air and a small hole, it will take hours to notice a change in pressure. It might take days before any noticeable loss occurs, and there will be plenty of time to fix it. The fastest plan would be to place a huge rubber ball over the tear. They are held in place by the air pressure inside the dome. Meanwhile, the repair process is carried out by an external team consisting of the original robots who built the tomb, but the city below will have a secret city with an infrastructure. This is the place that contains remnants of the original inhabitants and workers who lived before the completion of the tomb. It will contain a dense living space for all citizens in case of failure at dome port. If a very big hole occurs, strong coolers can quickly condense the atmosphere inside the dome to turn it into a liquid state. This provides nearly 80% of the atmosphere until the train is repaired. It's a slim chance, but good preparation with the right tools is essential for safety and speed. The completion of that dome could be done in 15 years if the digging process is in full swing. Some medical researchers have suggested that under low gravity, human lifespans could extend to 150 years. This could make it a fantastic retirement spot. That sealed pit will exceed an area of 1,250 square kilometers or 485 square miles, or approximately nearly 20 times the size of Manhattan Island. Thus, it wouldn't be a great place to live in, but it might take decades to fully explore. Looking at the top picture, you might also notice that 20% of the volcanic crater is raised upwards. by a central lake approximately 5 times the size of Manhattan. We can now fill the craters around the dome with snow from the digging, and they would serve as central reservoirs for the entire city. And the city provides us aquatic life with food, in addition to fish, with all the exclusive comforts of Earth. Located 1.225 light seconds away, there's no reason why the luxuries present on Earth, including theaters, wouldn't exist with only a 1.25 second delay. Accessing the internet and playing network games with your Earth friends is possible if you wish.
This is a warrior.
Exactly like Mars, where the time difference depends on each planet's position in their orbits around the Sun. Interestingly, the Moon's gravity almost matches Earth's natural gravity pull.
And
for
thus,
you, wings with slow integration will be sufficient for a healthy person to fly with his physical strength. A small electric motor might provide that power and fly slowly and quietly, which might make the biggest engine fly faster competition and louder. The Moon has several other features. The upper side would be completely protected from all of Earth's electromagnetic emissions, making it the ideal place to use radio waves in astronomy. Practicing theoretical space science from any spot on the Moon's surface would also be fantastic, as there's no atmosphere to obstruct the view. Fission energy is making kaya. So for great strides recently, and there's a promising element called helium-3. Helium-3, abundantly available on the lunar surface due to the absence of an atmosphere, and the storage by solar winds. We first started with small amounts at the top, but just 25% could perpetually power a power-hungry country like the United States. Powered for a full year, some countries like India, China, Russia and others have expressed their desire to name the Moon to obtain this element. Even the private sector is taken into account. Some people like James Cameron, Lori Pechanto and Eric Schmidt are put on board to utilize the intellectual resources of their companies to complete the resources. NASA also conducts its research work, so this matter is important and will make future generations significant. $3 billion per ton, that is the most compelling reason to pursue this unsaturated fuel for use in nuclear reactors. We want to start with a large dome, which could take many years to construct. We'll start with just a small unit, 5 kilometers wide. It will provide us with 20 square kilometers of life space. Hydroponics is what challenges us, with 1 hectare of planting areas producing as much as 100 hectares on the Earth's surface. Imagine all this land available for things other than crops. These agricultural areas being denied by a chain of hotels, making the holiday destination seem mythical. And even more exciting, it means you can expect competition for a spot in the Olympic Games on the Moon by pole vaulting 20 meters, a 2-meter hurdle race, and a 10-kilometer human-powered flight race. Our planet is located in the middle of a cosmic shooting range, and had it not been for God placing Jupiter and the other gas giants to shield us from massive meteorites.
He saw before entering the sun's field.
The more we will all be susceptible to repeated crushing blows. Building a city on the surface of the Moon is not just a wonderful scientific idea, but also one of the best things to ensure the survival of humanity. In the event a celestial body is heading towards us, we won't be able to see it in advance. Remember what happened to our dinosaur friends.